Hey guys, sup?
We're back with another manga spotlight.
She's really excited about this one.
Come on, Riley, let's go already. I want to get started.
See? Well, hope you guys are ready to tune in.
Because today's subject is a manga that's quickly become one of my favorite reads in the last year.
I'm Riley.
I'm Rila.
And you're watching Bullet-toon.
Wakana Gojo has a secret. Since he was a boy, all he's wanted to do is become a master doll maker.
Naturally, that makes him the most despicable kind of evil you can imagine.
What? Riley?
What? Dolls are the devil, man! They're wicked, I tell you! Wicked!
That is totally not the point. Stay on script.
Fine. So yeah, he wants to make dolls. However, he was socially traumatized because of it, so he began to isolate himself from others for fear that it'd happen again.
That is until he meets his super sociable
And super gyaru classmate, Kitagawa Maureen.
After she discovers his secret, she shares a passion of her own: cosplay.
The rub is that Maureen is terrible at making clothes. And that's where Gojo comes in. The story of a social recluse and a social butterfly as they work together and bond over the things they love most.
Right off the bat, one thing should be pretty obvious. Maureen is fantastic.
Figured that'd be the first thing on the list. So, here's the thing. I've mentioned this already, but Rila loves gyaru rom-coms.
It's true. I just can't get enough of them. That character archetype is just really fun to me.
I could see it. In certain cases, particularly the ones you'll see in works like this, gyaru characters are written in a way that heavily uses a particular trope that's entirely designed around their likability, the manic pixie dream girl. But that, my friends, is a subject for an entirely different episode.
Right. Look forward to it. Anyway, I love Maureen. She easily sells the entire book for me. Her introduction is just perfect and shows you that there's possibly a lot more to her just underneath the surface.
She's not the most nuanced character, but she comes with a certain energy and charm that even a lot of other gyaru characters like her don't have.
She's free-spirited and energetic, like you'd expect from her archetype. And those are definitely things I love and adore about her.
But she's also pretty surprisingly wholesome and innocent in a way you almost definitely wouldn't expect. She's really sweet and endearingly flighty.
You never get the sense that she's manipulating Gojo. And she's really upfront with both him and with herself.
Overall, yeah, she's definitely built to fit a certain mold.
But even from within that mold, she manages to be a really refreshing and fun character with a charm all her own. Next, let's talk about cosplay. As someone who's very active in that world, I've gotta say that the book is so far really nailing a lot of that culture.
Even the technical stuff that goes into making the costumes and all the events and stuff. Hell, as someone who knows nothing about cosplay...
What do you mean nothing, sis? You've cosplayed before, and it was amazing!
As someone who knows nothing about cosplay, I gotta say, even if half of the stuff they talk about in it is bull, it's handled pretty convincingly. Either the writer, Shinichi Fukuda, is active in the cosplay community, or she's really done her research.
I just love the overall attitude around it too. But I'll come back to that. Another thing that's probably worth bringing up is kind of an elephant in the room.
Yeah, so about the fan service. This is actually one of those cases where I don't mind most of it. Some of it's still pretty cringe, but the cosplay premise at least means that it's just gonna come with the territory to an extent. Especially with the kinds of things that Maureen likes to cosplay as. Barring an exception here or there, it fits, is what I'm saying.
It's also worth mentioning that, barring one or two instances, the agency is pretty squarely in the hands of the character being put through it, Maureen for the most part. And she sort of treats it like nothing. It's no big deal to her. Either because it goes completely over her head.
We're not kidding. We're talking sky high. Home run over her head.
Or she just brushed it off because why should she care? There's a really wholesome body positivity vibe going on there. Being comfortable in your own skin and all that. I appreciated it.
That said, there are still some moments of, yeesh. But it's pretty tame, all things considered. Though, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty funny that Gojo himself had to basically ask her to stop picking out characters with such revealing costumes because he didn't think his heart could take it.
Oh, yeah, that was gold. Actually, coming back to that body positivity point, I actually want to close out on the most important point in the entire thing for me. The overall positive message.
Yeah, it's got a really nice overall theme going for it of just doing what you love. Maureen doesn't take crap from anyone about her hobbies, and she's very adamant about Gojo feeling comfortable doing the things he enjoys.
And she's right. You shouldn't feel ashamed for doing things you like. Enjoying the things you choose, that's not for anyone to judge but yourself.
It's not like this is the only story out there about this very thing. Hell, there are a lot of way more dramatic, intricate stories out there on this subject, but this one is a light, fun read that does the same job.
All with a spoonful of sugar. Now, the body positivity message isn't something I'd say the series was really leaning into all that hard. Not yet. After all, Maureen and the other girls in the manga are pretty much all the definition of conventionally attractive. By anime trope standards, that is.
But give it time. The manga's still pretty young. There could be future stories that actually address that aspect. It being a book about cosplay, I'm pretty sure body shaming is going to become a point eventually. I'd be genuinely interested in seeing how the series handles that.
If nothing else, it'd basically be the first time the series got particularly serious outside of flashbacks.
The series also delves into various different perspectives on cosplay with the various characters in the group.
And because of that, it's allowed to really capture a lot of different appeals that cosplay has for people.
Long story short, it might not be the most dire story out there, but its overwhelmingly positive nature makes it really easy to get through.
And to top it all off, it did one more thing that I really loved seeing. It captured the essence of people who shine bright when they do the things they're passionate about. Have you ever seen someone who just glows when they do something they enjoy? The series really brings that sensation to life through not just Maureen, but even Gojo himself. And I love that. I love this manga. Overall, it's a really breezy, feel-good story that's cute, funny, and charming. The characters are all fun, but Maureen is fantastic, and it really delves into what I love about cosplay.
It's a story that champions the idea of doing what makes you happy and celebrates the beauty of doing what you love.
Oh, it's also a romance? Kind of, I guess. It's kinda weird how normally I'd be all over that part, and yet here I barely paid attention to it.
Methinks that's the sign of a manga that's really grabbed your whole attention.
You're right, and as a manga that's managed to get me so invested, it's only fair that I label it super effective.
Wait, huh? Really?
Maybe I'm being generous. But I do think all the positivity carries it a long way. And while it might not be the most compelling story in the world, it's doing its job well, and there's more to it than just the surface level stuff. I really appreciate how grounded the emotions felt, and the humor is tops. So yeah.
Well, alright, you heard the girl, folks. Go on and give it a read. And hey, if you're into this subgenre like my sister, what's your favorite gyaru rom-com? Or even just your favorite gyaru character? Let us know down below.
Give that like button a zap. Also, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe.
We're finally back with the first real episode of 2020, and man, did it feel good. I'm amped to get this year going, man.
Agreed. It's gonna be so much fun. As for you all, this has been Toon'd. I'm Rila, signing off.
I'm Riley, bowing out.
Thanks so much for watching.
Keep up the awesome, and
Stay tuned.